On July 15th, 2022, officers responded to a 911 call about a domestic disturbance from a neighbor. They advised that a female was yelling and physically attacking a male.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Beely Reacts. As you can see in this episode, it's going to be an interesting one. I let it play out so you could see exactly what was called in and which gender was considered the victim. So with that preface, you have the understanding that at this time, it is the woman that assaulted the male. And from all the knowledge that they know, the male is the victim. He is the one that's getting yelled at and assaulted, okay? And that little tidbit from the front is something that happens way later. But I want you to just watch how the interaction between the cop and the victim is. The victim, not just the male or, the accused in any way, shape, or form, right? Happens and just goes down. Because it's fucking baffling. And I don't think I saw it and I was like, God damn, this is not a video about hating on cops. This has everything to do with the type of person that this cop is. Not the fact that he's a cop. He's kind of a bad cop, but the video is not about that. It's about males can be victims too. It makes zero sense of how this engagement took place. So let's get into it. You see a little bit more of the clip. We're going to talk a little bit more about it. Let's get right into it.
How's it going, man? Good. Hey, were you just walking with the girl?
Huh?
Were you walking with the girl down Page Street or nothing like that? Okay, we got a call. It's a guy possibly getting smacked around by a girl in a pink shirt. So we're just checking there. You're
I
good?
see someone down there. But
You saw somebody down there?
the pink shirt.
What's all the scratches on your neck, man?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Now, can you imagine, just for a second, that if that same male cop, right, went up to a woman that was the victim, and his first line was, so, hey, you matched the description of this woman that was getting smacked around by a guy. Zero empathy, sympathy, whatever you want to call it, right, for the fact that they are a victim. He's not trying to meet them halfway at understanding what occurred or attempting to. But the fact of he's just belittling this man, of almost laughing at him. The fact that he got smacked around by a chick. As if men can't be victims. Yet women hit men every single day that go unreported and no repercussions are ever met. Thus why it's so allowed today. And obviously this happens vice versa, which is a tragedy. But the fact is it happens to men all the time and nobody gives a shit about it. And you can see in full force that this is a cop looking at a man as if he's lesser because of what happened. Just watch for a little bit further and we're going to get back into this.
No, what's your name?
I don't feel like I don't need to tell you that.
Okay, you feel like that, but
I haven't broken no laws.
I understand. Listen to
If I
me.
haven't committed a crime, I don't need to provide you with identification.
Okay, but listen to me. I'm telling you, okay? Just listen. I have a lawful reason to stop out and talk to you, okay? So you have a lawful reason to identify yourself to me. If you don't want to identify yourself to me, I'll take you to jail for concealing your identity. It's that simple. It's literally that simple.
It's really that simple. It's that simple. You're the victim, and because you are being kind of a pain in the ass. I'm not going to deny that, right? The guy's being a pain in the ass. But given the situation and what he's potentially mentally dealing with himself, right? You can't blame him for that completely, because he's the one who just got assaulted by someone he cares about in some way, shape, or form, right? And yet, I'm going to take you to jail. Flip the genders, flip the roles. That shit would never happen. You're not going to tell me where this guy is that hit you? Well, that's obstructing justice, and I'm going to take you to jail. Get the fuck out of here. When in the history of fucking ever has that happened? Where you do something you're allowed to do. You don't have to press charges. You don't have to do anything. And they're going to threaten to take you to jail. The fucking victim. It gets way worse once you see the crazy of the person that we're dealing with. just wait for it. You're not ready.
So what's your relationship with this guy?
That's my boyfriend for about a year now.
Okay. And so what's going on between you two?
Just a verbal argument, but like I said, we're both at my mom's shop right now. And it was nothing extravagant.
Okay. It's more than a verbal argument because we had people calling in saying that a female was hanging on the shirt of a male.
Like that.
And there was screaming, so...
I mean, you can check me and you can go to the shop and
he's bleeding, you're bleeding.
I mean, you can talk to all of us, though, but no, he didn't do anything like that to me. If anything, it was myself. And my nails. Look at my nails.
Okay,
Right
what
there.
happened?
I scratch myself. I do get pretty crazy myself. I put nothing on him.
All right, you're about to see a very drastic change, right? So basically, you could see that what you didn't see, she comes up, the officer comes up, she immediately gives him ID. She starts, somewhat taking accountability of saying, no, like, this is what happened. We yell. I yell more. I basically did these things, which is really bad because she basically just admitted guilt to a cop for really no reason. She didn't have to do that. But then something shifts and you can see it. Like, you could see it happen in her brain, right? You will see different shifts where she starts to take accountability, and then she realizes what she says is like, it feels like it hurts her in some way because they're still trying to pursue something that she somehow thinks isn't a big deal. And the cop goes on to tell her that that's battery. You just assaulted someone.
When someone batters another person in a domestic
Did anyone
violence
see that, or did they just hear us arguing? Because I yelled like a mother. I ain't lying. It's not even him half the time. It's me.
Okay.
I will completely say that. I'll go to jail right now for that.
Okay.
That's me. Let's go, baby.
I'm going to interrupt this really, really quick. Take note that the fact of, she said, it's not even him, it's me most of the time. And she's regarding that incident with just yelling. But she says the whole time to the officers that she was the one that did the scratches, not only on herself with her own nails, that made herself bleed with her own nails, but on him. Just pay attention to that for later. And let's get back into what I was just talking about, where she's getting arrested. She willingly turns around.
Leave him the out of it, though. You're a bald ass fat, white ass. Go! Hey, you!
Hey, respectfully, do not touch her like that. Real. I'm telling you, respectfully, do not touch her like that.
Tries to kick me?
You!
Touch my girl like that, bro. Yeah, she's fucking crazy.
She just broke my glasses.
Bro, chill the out, for real. Am I getting arrested? No. Listen.
Fucking getting my chest broke out. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Well, you can kick me, can't you?
This woman has levels that are just straight unfathomable. All right, like, she literally is going from I'm doing this act to I'm complying to I am losing my fucking mind in seconds, and it's crazy that's the case. I don't really understand it. I think it's kind of messed up. But it is funny. Like, I mean, you can see that, like, he wasn't putting a lot of pressure on her. Like, did he get her around? Yes. But, like, the fact of, like, I can't breathe, but you could kick me, can't you? Like, yeah. Like, this chick is crazy. Even the boyfriend's still, like, defending her. He just obviously wants to make sure she's not getting hit. The next couple scenes basically are summarized into the fact of, like, she tries to call some uncle or something, kind of like threatening the cops. Please, yes, crazy woman, add more charges to your case. Like, guaranteed somebody saw the video, they would get dropped because of her level of crazy, right? But like, she's now trying to say, call this person so he can come down here, and it's not so like he can come down here and help me talk this out, right? Just the way she's saying it. But it just gets worse and worse and worse, where she's continually fighting. And then it leads into this. And this is them trying to get her into the police car. And then we got one more scene where they're actually at the precinct, or booking, wherever, right? And you see a complete shift. And in my opinion, the next shift after I show you the last bit of crazy is probably one of the most concerning, right? Because it goes on that he said, she said bandwagon. And it's the idea that if I say, hey, this person did this, whether somebody takes it serious or not is going to be as if they're like that first cop that literally didn't give a shit what happened to the dude. He didn't care what happened to the dude. He was more concerned with the fact that his own opinion perceived it differently, that man couldn't possibly be a victim, so he didn't care, right? Versus what you're going to hear her say and then try to bribe cops on is really amusing at the very end of things. But let's get into the last bit of crazy that she has to offer, kind of, because I obviously saw the first bit where she's in the car, in a different car, which I was kind of confused about. But yeah, the last bit of crazy, it's pretty bad. And funny. I'm not going to lie. It's funny. Watch it.
Come on, sit up in there. You either gotta sit in there or you're gonna get dragged in. You coming?
No!
So sit up.
No, you balls. What?
Okay.
Your wife cheats on you 3 times a day, you dirty.
I'm not married.
No
so.
one wants to.
Hey, he's opening the door. Jake, he's opening the door. Bad, bro. It's hot as
Okay, I'll roll down the window a little bit.
I hope you understand why I said that last bit was funny. She literally just made shit up off the top of her head, which is a very dangerous thing to do. If you're so crazy and you're so out of it and you're so angry that you will say anything, it's very dangerous, because you can falsely accuse somebody and ruin their fucking life. People need to understand that, because that is the fucking reality. I've watched so many crazy videos of people being recorded and they're accusing their man that never did anything of the such of like touching their children and shit. And I don't think you realize how fucking, one, disrespectful but damning that is to a person, right? They know that they're not that. They're a great father. And next thing you know, you see the video and it's just like, I'm so glad this guy got this on film so he can protect himself, because everyone might not believe him, right? Even though there was never any evidence or proof or anything, because it never happened. But it's just funny. She accused the dude of, like, his wife cheats on him. He wasn't married. I thought that was hilarious. And then that guy was, like, put in the cop car, like, baking. And he's like, it's fucking hot in here. And you could see, like, that dude either was, like, high as hell, or, like, he'd ran out of fucks, because you could like tell, like, he's opened the door like, I'm just here for the show, man, but it's hot as shit in this vehicle. Like, no, you're good, I'm sorry, my bad. Like, because he just saw her go through 18 stages of crazy. So far during the event, she kicked the officer multiple times. At some point she got the little hoodie thing on that you see her wearing. It's because she was spitting on them. She bashes her head against the interior of the car. She kicks the doors in the interior of the cop car. It just gets worse and worse and worse in every way that you can fathom. And yeah, it's just bad. And then this last little home stretch is really just her, like, in the back. I guess I'm assuming from the injuries and from her smashing her head against the door, they had to take her to the hospital or something. It looked like a hospital. So she goes from their transport, the original arresting officer's transport, to the hospital. And then from the hospital, she is transferred to another officer that wasn't there. Because she references body cam footage. But she recants and tries to, like, change her whole story multiple times. And then, like I said, she tries to bribe the guy. Like, no, well, I mean, this person I know owns a barbershop. Like, you can come in, get a cut. And then, like, basically we could just, like, let this go. And hopefully this chick got the help she needed, because she's not right. And God forbid, hopefully that dude, he probably didn't. Stop talking to her. In the end, they said that she was charged with assault and battery of the cop, obviously hitting him, damage to property, and then assault of her boyfriend, and one other charge. But basically, it was about 4 charges that she ended up getting charged with. So hopefully those stuck, and hopefully she gets some help. But we need to make this shit right, where you shouldn't have a victim that especially is a victim of someone like that, because if you believe in emotional abuse versus physical abuse and how they both weigh, in on a person's mental state, then you should agree that that chick was emotionally abusive as well, right? That dude was not, he was just existing around that woman. Like, there's no way he was mentally stable around that woman to where he was just living a good life just on how crazy she was. Like, when you just don't know what kind of fucking, person you're going to get in that moment, from moment to moment, not even day by day, I feel for him. But I would just say, hey, don't be stupid, and maybe pick someone that's not so far gone. Unless you're trying to, like, nurse them back to health or something, like a wounded dog. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this crazy ass video. I was really irritated when I saw the initial hit of the officer. I thought that shit was wild, because you wouldn't ever tell that to a woman. You wouldn't ever. And then you see the woman, and I felt like the original officer and his partner should have went over to that guy and apologized. Like, bro, I'm sorry. You were just trying to get away from that? You were just trying to walk away from that? Bro, we should ask you if you needed a ride anywhere. Do you need a shoulder to cry on after having seen what you just dealt with? But let me know what you guys think. Hopefully it was a good watch. Hopefully it was entertaining as far as the video was concerned. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Till next time, Beely out.
Can you show me the proof where I did something to you?
At 1617.
It wasn't me. It was the other
No, I'm saying, why'd you arrest me then?
I didn't.
Why'd you arrest me? Why am I in the back of a cop car right now?
I'm just transporting you.
Okay, but why? Where's the proof and the legalization? So why am I getting taken right now?
Because you're going to jail right now.
I'm going to jail, but y'all don't even have proof. Does that make any sense to y'all? And this is the that busted me out in the mouth, but y'all are taking his side. And he's from Pecos. I'm from Carlsbad. He's from Pecos, Albuquerque. Y'all are gonna take his side? A man's side that can beat the out of me in 2.5 seconds, which he has. Why do you think he has so many court cases?